A simple snazzy intro song that don't exist yet. Welcome to this silly slice of YouTube. I'm Tabitha Dial of North Star Muse, and this is Creative Divination. I get to create an unboxing video tonight thanks to my good friends at Workhorse Literary Community, here in Lexington, Kentucky. This video is going to have a bibliomancy spin to it. That means I'm going to attempt reading random pages out of these poetry books, and blindly use them as divination tools. Fingers crossed. Before we do that, a few words about me. I want everyone to create their fate. I create books and poetry in Lexington, Kentucky, and do tarot and tea leaf readings, sometimes cosplaying as Professor Trelawney of Hogwarts. I have created the book Creative Divination, Read Tea Leaves and Develop Your Personal Code. It's 79 exercises to nourish your intuition and flex those imaginative, creative muscles that everyone has. We're all poets, after all. My second book, A Cheese Astrology Oracle Almanac, is due out in spring 2020, and that's my second book. My first oracle deck is going to be a cheese astrology oracle inspired by that book and is meant to pair with that book quite nicely. So thank you everyone for joining me, and let's get to unboxing. All right, here we go. And a quick note from my friend Christopher McCurry, who really is the Workhorse Literary Community one-man show, says thank you for reading books on the back, and P.S. the rainy season ships mid-December. So I pre-ordered a book of poetry called The Rainy Season. Thanks for the note, Chris. I hope you're doing well. All right, and all poets, I hope you're doing well and creative. Yay, you get to see the cover first of my good friend Misty's book, Biscuits and Blisters. It would not be a true blind bibliomancy reading, though, if I used her marvelous work, because I'm familiar with this book, and because Mercury retrograde, I landed an extra copy, but I know exactly who's going to get it, and that's my friend who introduced me to her in the first place. Local artist Jerry L. Hanlon, who made that painting right there. You can catch her at Kentucky Pop Art. Quick plug, because I always gotta plug the creators that I love in my life. Thank you for your patience. Here is the marvelous book, Hands, 10 Fingers in a Game of Never Have I Ever. Now, as I understand it, this was written by someone, I believe he was still in high school, or maybe was, when she submitted this manuscript to Workhorse. Wow, and I love the dedication. For Mom, I imagine you wrote these poems back in 1977 and 78. All right, but like I said, we want to use this as a tool for bibliomancy. Okay. So to give an idea of what the future has in store, let's only look just past Thanksgiving, because we're close to Thanksgiving now of 2019, and let's see what this poem wants you to know about yourself. This poem is going to be this one. Okay, it's looking like a prose poem. Oops, yep, that right there. So let's give her a shot. And of course the poet, I don't think I give the name, is Helen Phoebes. I hope I pronounced that right. The last name is spelled F-E-I-B-E-S. Thank you, Helen, for your hard work. To the woman who saw me crying in the bathroom and asked me if I wanted her to pray for me. That's the title. All right, what does the future hold for us? Just after Thanksgiving or so. To the woman who saw me crying in the bathroom and asked if I wanted her to pray for me. No, not unless you want to ask God about sex, edibles, and the rights of LGBTQ+ citizens. No, I don't need anything but the smile the girl with the gold hoop earrings by the hand dryers is giving me. When I was here last night, I saw at least 3 girls crying. There must be an energy that draws us to this room. Yes, it's called embarrassment, keeping your head down and holding hands with a friend who leads you out of the crowded space. Yes, it's called teen culture, capital B bullshit. Too many carbs, sex, edibles, the confusing extension of acronyms rendering me useless, inappropriately addressing pronouns. My own, too, because I hardly exist. She helps me pretend I'm not disappearing bit by bit, becoming a tile on the floor of the crying bathroom, where all the broken-hearted crying girls go. So, that's a bit heavy for just the near future. I feel that it's telling us, and this is my filter, that we connect on our own to our higher power, and that we can be one another's higher power, and that we can pay witness to the pain and the emotions of one another. And wherever we are, we need to connect with our own sense of identity. Wow. All right, I want to do maybe another one. That's longer, but I'm going for it. I'm going in with Helen. Thank you, Helen, again for being the poet. And the book is Hands, 10 Fingers in a Game of Never Have I Ever. Small Chronicles, a Saturday morning. I finally get around to cutting the fingernails on my left hand. I clipped my right hand last night when I was delirious. Coffee tastes like hot water and loses its heat too quickly. All my knuckles need to pop and I need to learn to be brave. This laptop is not a touch screen. I keep touching it. I think about how I wish Kate were here. Maybe if I go back to sleep, the headache will go away. I wish it were sunny, but it's raining. I slept with my hair up and now it looks pretty. I am thin, but I am not as skinny as the girls who get away with wearing denim on denim. There's a bonfire in Frankfurt next weekend. There will probably be alcohol. Consent is an odd companion. I do not own a 4-wheel drive. If I were a sheet ghost for Halloween, I would wear a baseball cap backwards with it. There are more dead flowers in this house than alive ones. I have trouble throwing the dead ones away. I want to befriend the spiders, but I'm still scared of them. I want to sing, but I am still scared of my voice. I want to be brave, but when I wake up, pour a cup of coffee, then take it outside where the rain fills it up, and then it just tastes like hot water. And then I feel her fingers pulling my hair, and his hands under my shirt, and his nose pressed up by mine, and they all stand in a line and follow me like a lag in the system, like a shadow. I try to shrink myself so small that I can't even have a shadow. I want to be brave, but they kick me to the ground and dig my cheek into the asphalt on mornings like this. They are my 10 fingers never have I ever on mornings like this. And it is very hard to be brave on mornings like this, since brave is not a personality trait. It comes and goes and does not pay any mind to my wishes on mornings like this. Okay, amazing. I want to reread that on my own. I want to mimic that. I want to study it and try to make my own version of it. That's inspiring. I'm like, ooh, girl. Wow, hot tamale right there. Wow. And even just to call it Small Chronicles, a Saturday morning. So we already have a sense, if we're using bibliomancy as a time tool or divination tool, we have a sense in the title right there of time. fantastic. But wow, the talent behind this piece. And I love how it has that line that inspired the title of the chapbook itself. Yeah. So glad I have this book. So yeah, a lot of the detail just pulling from it is, I like how I finally got around to cutting the fingernails on my left hand. Duties and small details of your day. And again, we have Saturday as a possible benchmark for what we can see in our near future. I love the idea of taking your Saturday morning and doing a personal inventory. That's kind of what I get out of this poem. That personal inventory stems from a little bit of self-care, like the fingernails, to, where was it? I am thin but not as skinny as the girls who get away with wearing denim on denim. For some reason that brings to mind self-inventory as well, like understanding how you feel about yourself physically and your own image. So it doesn't have to be purely body oriented, but it can be, what do I see in my life? What do I see when I look in the mirror? That sort of analysis. So we got kind of an exercise out of that fantastic poem. Me an exercise to do what I just said on that kind of spiritual divination plane. That's our homework. But also, I'd really like to dig into this piece more and see if I can do as many poets are encouraged to do and kind of borrow that technique and make it my own, as it were. See what I can invent as I'm inspired. This is freaking brilliant. I don't know, okay, I love this one, and it's just one line, and we're gonna leave with it, I promise you. This is on page 9. For some reason, I needed to suddenly read the page numbers. So look for that number as part of this bibliomancy exercise. Okay, Our Ongoing Joke is the title. And it's a one-liner. I've learned I'm the apple by the way you sink your teeth into me. I hope I meet this gal. It's fun reading her poems. I don't know what her voice is, but wow, phenomenal. So thanks for viewing this, and let me know about your favorite poetry experiences, and if you apply some of these ideas, please let me know in the comments how things have worked out for you, and if you think you would have interpreted these poems as a divination tool a little bit differently, please let me know. If you can give kind of the title and then your interpretation, I think that'd be a beautiful thing. But let me know about your favorite poetry experiences on any of my social media handles. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, Twitch TV very soon, all at Tabitha Dial. Links are below. Thanks for watching. All my astrological, tarot, and tea leaf reading appointments are now available at my appointment page, which is also going to be linked below, tabithadial.as.me. And thanks, special thanks to Nick Winter for helping create this video. You can get early YouTube access and shoutouts by backing me on patreon.com/tabithadial. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you go out there and create your fate.